Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, has expressed his concern on the hypocritical position of some Nigerians on the sacking of the former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Onnoghen, urging Nigerians to look at the substance of the matter. Alhaji Mohammed said, additional evidence has just been provided that the Chief Justice of Nigeria had millions of dollars in his possession while he did not declare. He said the Chief Justice of Nigeria had earlier admitted his mistake of not declaring all his assets, claiming he forgot.
What is troubling about the outcry of the public is that it appears that where they should be concerned and be worried, they are ignoring it. Anybody who read Mr. President's, address yesterday, two things stuck out. The first is that additional evidence had just been revealed that the suspended CJN refused to declare millions of dollars in his possession. More worrisome is the fact that when the suspended CGN was confronted with the petition that he failed to declare his assets, he admitted, said it was a mistake that he forgot. Now, I would have been a happier person if this same public that is now crying tyranny, crying dictatorship, if they could really address the issue that where would a CGN, a serving CGN, amass as much as several millions of dollars, which he failed, not only failed to disclose, but which he admitted himself. And you see, we are talking about fighting corruption. And the public, especially those who are crying wolf, seem to condone corruption. In other words, for them, it's right for a serving CGN not only to have millions of dollars in his account, but it's also right for him not to declare it, and that the fact that he has said he has forgotten is enough defense. Well, I mean, aren't we being hypocritical? Aren't we being insincere? I've read all kinds of editorials today, branding the president, dictatorial, for the simple reason that he suspended the CGN. And rather than look at the substance, we are more interested in the form than the substance of the matter. So I really believe that I'm very concerned about the rather hypocritical stance of the so-called public, those who are most vociferous.
The minister queried, where in the world would the CGN of a country be confronted with such an allegation of misconduct and will still see it in judgment? According to him, the Chief Justice of Nigeria ought to have excused himself.
And you see, most people, it's like they've already taken sides on this issue. But the fundamental question which bothers me is that where in the world would the Chief Justice of a country fail to declare his assets, admit that he actually failed to declare the asset, will be confronted with evidence that millions of dollars were traced to his or her account, and the only defense will be, I actually forgot, it was a mistake. And then that same Chief Justice will be allowed to preside over the judiciary. Then if a similar matter now comes before him, what would be his reaction? And I think I agree with Mr. President that the moment those weighty allegations were made, the CJA ought to have excused himself. That way, he will protect him judicially, be protecting his own name. And you see, all it needs is probably, sometimes to clear it. And I agree with Mr. President that the alacrity with which judgments came in from left, right, and center, supporting the CJN is a far cry and a departure from the slow machinery of justice that we're all used to. But honestly, I support Mr. President on this because it's one, those who are challenging the constitutionality of the matter should understand that Mr. President was acting on an order of competent jurisdiction that says Mr. President should suspend the Chief Justice. Two, those who are saying this is dictatorship, I think are not addressing the issue. They are not on the same page with Mr. President that we need to fight corruption. I'm just saying that if tomorrow such humongous accounts, sums are traced to anybody's account, I mean, isn't there a moral duty on the part of that person, especially if he occupies the seat of Chief Justice of the Federation, to excuse himself? So I really don't see what the hue and cry is all about.
Alhaji Mohammed said he supported the position of Mr. President on the suspension of the Chief Justice of Nigeria because the order was from a competent court of jurisdiction.
Number one, Mr. President, anybody who read this address carefully yesterday, started by saying, a few hours ago, I was served with the judgment of the Court of Conduct Tribunal directing me to suspend the Chief Justice of Nigeria until such a time as is able to able to resolve the allegations of corruption against him. In other words, the president did not just wake up in the morning to suspend the CGN. He was acting on an order of a court of competent jurisdiction that so directed him.
On the PDP suspension of his campaigns, based on suspension of the CGN, the minister charged the party for crying more than the bereaved. He asked, is there anything between the PDP and the Chief Justice of Nigeria? Adding that the PDP campaign was dead long time ago and the party was only looking for a face-saving escape from defeat.
Which campaign did they suspend? The campaign that was dead a long time ago? Didn't we tell everybody that their campaign was floundering and that their campaign was dead? I think what is happening is that they are looking for a face-saving device to say they have sustained a campaign that died a long time ago. And in any case, why is the suspended Chief Justice of Nigeria, is he a member of the PDP? Why is the PDP crying more than the bereaved? We don't understand. They should give us a break. But the truth of the matter is that the PDP campaign died a long time ago. You remember we issued a statement in which we actually told Nigerians that their campaign was floundering. I mean, it was obvious. You can see that while people were teaming daily to Buhari's campaign, their own campaign, the crowd was dwindling every day. So for them to try and hold on to the issue of the suspension of the CGA to suspend their campaign, I think it's just looking for what I call a soft landing. And in any event, let's ask them this question: is there something they know that we don't know? Is there something behind? Is there something between them and suspended CJ? Otherwise, we do not see why they should suspend their campaign. But I can understand their campaign was bound to end this way. But it ended a long time ago. When did they campaign and why did they campaign? What was the crowd that followed them?